بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back, my dear students, in today's English lesson. Now, what are we going to do in this lesson? Let's take a look. So, we are still in Unit 5. Is there any ice cream? And today's lesson is going to be about conversation and about you. Now, but before we start with this lesson, let's take a look at the previous homework. What were you asked to do and what did you do about it? So, you were asked to write a or some for the following words. Now, here we have 8 words. The first one is coffee. Now, what are you going to do? Is it a count noun or a non-count noun? So, if it's a count noun, you're going to use what? If it's a non-count, what are you going to use? Let's take a look at the first example here. Coffee. Coffee, it's a non-count noun. What did we use for it? We used some. Some coffee. Now, how about juice? Some juice. Why? Both of these are non-count nouns. How about carrot? Here we added a carrot because we can count the carrots, right? Next one here we have rice. Because it's non-count, we added the word some rice. How about sandwich? A sandwich. The next one is pasta. Some pasta. And potato? A potato. How about the last one, the word milk? Is it a count noun or a non-count? It's a non-count noun. That's why we use the word some milk. Now, let's take a look here. Where are we in this map? So this is the map of the unit. We're done with all of these. Now today's is conversation and about you. Let's take a look here. So by the end of this lesson, what are you going to be able to do? You're going to be able to form sentences to order food from a menu. And you're going to use the correct words to address people. And you're going to use real talk words in a context or a conversation. Now, let's take a look here. What can you see here? The waiter and the customer, they're sitting on the table and trying to order food. Now, do you think now you're ready to order food? It's okay. We're going to practice ordering food here until you can do it well. Now, let's see here. There's a conversation between the server and a boy. His name is Brandon. So, what I want you to do is listen to the conversation between the server and Brandon. How are they going to order the food? What's the question going to look like? How is Brandon going to reply to these questions? So, let's take a look here. Listen carefully.
Are you ready to order?
Yes, please. I'd like to start with an appetizer. Do you have any calamari?
I'm afraid we don't have any, but we have some great grilled shrimp.
How big are they?
Oh, they're giant, sir.
Okay, I'll have them.
Now, in this part, you heard Brandon trying to order from the menu. Now, do you remember the menu of Sarah's kitchen? There was appetizers, salads, main courses, drinks, and desserts, right? So here, the first thing, the question from the server. So what did he ask? Are you ready to order? Are you ready to order? That means Brandon did check the menu. So he did choose the things he would like to order, right? So Brandon said, yes, I'd like to start with. Then he specifically said the things he wanted to start with. So I would like. Now here he said, I would like to start with an appetizer. Appetizer. Now, do you remember the menu? Where's the appetizer in the menu? What are some of the things in under the appetizer? We saw 2 things, shrimp and soup. Do you remember? Now, here he said, I'd like to start with the appetizer. Do you have any calamari? Calamari is a kind of appetizer. That's why Brandon is asking the waiter about this appetizer. But what did the appetizer, what did the server say or the waiter say? So what was the answer? He said, I'm afraid we don't have it. I'm afraid we don't have any. but what is the replacement for it? But we have some great grilled shrimp. We have great grilled shrimp. So he asked also about, he wants details about this replacement, right? So Brandon said, how big are they? He's asking about more details of this order. So the server said, oh, they're giant, sir. Is his name Sir? Do you think his name is Sir? I told you before, his name is Brandon. So why is the waiter addressing him as Sir? So it's the polite way to speak to strangers or to speak to people. So he's saying, we don't have any sir, or yes sir. So it's a polite way to address him. But are we going to use sir for everyone? This is what we are going to take a look at next. So he said, oh, they're giant, sir. So Brandon said, okay, I'll have them. I'll have them. So I'll have them, that means I will have them. So is he going to have them? What is the meaning of I'll have them? Is he going to put it in his bag? Is he going to do something? So I'll have them, that means I will take it. I will take this order. So now let's listen to the next part of this conversation.
And what would you like for your main dish?
Let me see. I'll have the steak. What does it come with?
It comes with a baked potato or a salad.
The salad, please.
How do you want your steak?
Medium rare.
Anything to drink?
Some water. No ice, please.
Here are your shrimp, sir. Enjoy.
So now, what did you hear in the next part of this conversation? So let's see here. The server said, what would you like for your main dish? So for an appetizer, he did order the shrimp. But what about the main dish? So he ordered what? He thought, let me see. Let me see. Why did I highlight here? Let me see. Why did I change the color of let me see and I'll have? So what is the special thing about let me see here? So what did you understand from the context of let me see? So he said, let me see. I'll have the steak. What does it come with? More details. I want to know. This main dish, what does it come with? So the server said it comes with baked potato or a salad. So what would you prefer? You have two options here. You can choose baked potato or you can choose the salad. So Brandon here chose the salad. He said, the salad, please. Why did he say please? So in the answer he said, the salad, please, because it's the polite way to reply. So the salad, please. Now, here the server also asked for more details about the steak. So now you did choose the steak. You did choose what do you want on the side of the steak. But how do you want your steak? How do you want your steak? So he's asking, and the answer was medium rare. So do you want it to be well done? Do you want it to be, how do you want it to be, how do you want us to cook it for you? So he said medium rare. Now, then the waiter asked, anything to drink? Now, we're done with the appetizer, the main dish, and the side things that comes with the side dishes that comes with the main course. Now for the drinks. What did he ask for? Some water, no ice, please. So I want the water, but I want to change a bit in this order. No ice. Don't put ice, please. So then the waiter did bring the shrimp. Here are your shrimp, sir. Enjoy. So you did hear the waiter saying, sir, and Brandon is replying, yes, please, or no, thank you, right? So why are they speaking this way? Because this is the polite way to speak to people. Now, let's take a look here. After Brandon ordering the food and having the shrimp. Now, let's take a look. Now for the ending, what are we going to do? What's Brandon's response? You can choose an ending for this conversation. The server said, "Here's your shrimp, sir. Enjoy." Now, what do you think the response is going to look like? Actually, we don't have only one. It could be, you can choose any ending for this conversation. So here are some options, or you can come up with your own idea. If you have a different idea, you can write it here in the line. Now, it could be, these are your large shrimp, but this is not a polite way to speak, right? These are your large shrimp. So look at the dish of the shrimp. Actually, they're giant, right? So maybe Brandon didn't think that it's large enough, and he replied this way. But it's still not a nice way to reply to people. So, because at the beginning of the conversation, they were saying, "Yes, sir," and "please," and "thank you." So I don't think this is going to be the ending of this conversation. How about this one? If these are giant shrimp, imagine the small ones. He's making a joke. So if these are the giant shrimp, imagine the small one. But so this could be a nice way to have fun and joke with the waiter, right? Now, how about this one? How big is my steak? So he could ask something else, something other than the shrimp. Yes, the waiter did bring the shrimp, but maybe he's thinking about the steak and he's asking for more details about the steak. Or you can write your own ending. How about if Brandon say, "Thank you"? That could be an ending for the conversation, right? So, and it's a polite way to reply. Now, in the conversation, we did highlight or change the color of some things. What are these words and what do they mean? So here, let me see. I want to think. This is a way to have more time to answer. So he didn't just stood still and didn't say anything. So the waiter asked Brandon about more details. Did Brandon just stayed quiet and not answer? Because when he said, "Let me see," it's just a way to get more time to think of an answer. Let me see, I'll have the salad. Let me see, I will change my order. Okay, now how about this here? Would you like anything else? Let me see, tea please. So here it's a polite way to answer here. Let me see, tea please. We have here the word please. Now, how about this one? I'll have. So it means I want when order food. I'll have the salad. I'll have the steak. I'll have the tea. And you can choose anything from the menu. So let's take a look here. I'll have a chicken sandwich, or I'll have a cup of coffee. So that means I will take it or I want it from the menu. Now, let's answer questions about the conversation between Brandon and the server. So, what does Brandon want as an appetizer? So, what did he ask for? He wants some calamari. So, the first thing he asked for is the calamari. So, calamari is a kind of appetizer. It's a seafood. So, but they didn't have it. So here, I want you to take a look at this answer. He wants. Why did we add S here? Because here we have the pronoun he for Brandon. So if we have he or she, we're going to add S to the verb. He wants some calamari. Now, how about this question? What does he order as a main dish? So for an appetizer, he did ask for the calamari, but there wasn't any. So then the server suggested a replacement for it, right? Now, what does he order as a main dish? As a main dish, he orders the steak. He orders the steak. That was the main dish. Now, how about this question? What does he want with his steak? So, do you remember? The server did offer two options, the baked potato or the salad. So, what does he want with his steak? What was the answer? He wants the salad. He wants the salad. Now, how about this one? What would he like to drink? Now, we're done with the appetizer, the main dish. It's time for the drink. What would he like to drink? He would like some water, but with no ice. He said, no ice, please. That means don't put the ice in the water for me. Now, the next question here, does he ask for any dessert? Do you remember the conversation? So did he ask for any dessert? No, he doesn't. And he did not ask for anything for dessert. He did ask for three things, appetizer, main dish, and a drink. Now, in the conversation, we did hear the waiter, the server, addressing Brandon as Sir. Now we know his name is not Sir, right? But he's using the word Sir as a polite way to address him. So here, it's common to address male strangers as Sir and female strangers as Ma'am or Miss. Now, Sir, if it's a male, a man or a boy. And Ma'am or Miss if it's a female, a lady or a little girl. So when are we going to use ma'am and when are we going to use miss to address people politely? So miss is used for young women, maybe under the age of 30. But young women, we're going to address them as miss. And ma'am is used for older women. Now, if someone is going to address your little sister, how are they going to address her? Ma'am or miss? For your little sister, they're going to address her with miss. Do you want anything, Miss Lulu? But here, we know that her name is Lulu, but what if someone doesn't know her? If she's like in the supermarket, wants an assistant, wants someone to help her. Do you want any help, miss? If it's a little girl. If it's a female, if it's used for young women. Now, how about if someone older? Do you need any assistant, ma'am? If it's someone older, we're using ma'am. So now, how about if it's a man or a boy? We're not going to use ma'am, we're not going to use miss. We're using sir. Do you need any help, sir? Now, let's take a look here. Now it's your turn. I want you to try to role play ordering food in a restaurant. Order an appetizer, a main dish, and a dessert. Now, take turns and be a server or the customer. Now, here I have an example for you. What do you see here in this picture? So, it looks like it's a cheesecake, right? How can we order cheesecake? Here I have an example for you. How can you order?
What would you like to order?
Let me see. Do you have cheesecake?
Yeah, we do.
I'll have a piece of this cheesecake, please, and a cup of coffee.
Okay, sure.
So here, someone is ordering and someone is taking the order. I want you to do the same thing. Find your role play with your friend, your sister, or anyone around. How can you order food from a restaurant? What do you prefer? And how can you ask them politely? How are you going to address them? Now, let's take a look. Now here, we are going to have a discussion. So the first question here, do you like to eat out? So here we may have different answers. Actually, I did ask my sister and she said, no, I like to eat inside the house. But my friend said, I like to eat out. So you can have different answers. So for this question, do you like to eat out? I want you to think about the answer. what is the answer going to look like? Here it's a yes/no question. Would you like? Wouldn't you like? Now, the next question here, what kind of ethnic restaurants are there in your town? What is the meaning of ethnic restaurants? That means ethnic food or ethnic restaurants, food that's special for a specific country or a specific place. So before in Sarah's kitchen menu, there were steak Argentina style. So what is the ethnicity of this food? It's from Argentine. So this is ethnic food. So you can have steak, but what kind of steak? So people in Argentina cook it differently than the people in Japan, right? They cook it in a different way. So this is what's the meaning of ethnic food. Now, also there were in that menu, we saw fish, Japanese style fish. This is also ethnic food. Now I want you to think about the ethnic food in your town. What is your favorite and what would you like? Now, the next question here, do you like to try different kinds of food? It's a yes/no question. Do you like to try it? So some people will say yes, some people will say no. Maybe they're afraid of trying new food and not liking it. But if the ones who are going to say yes would like to try, right? Now, how about this one? What foods do you like best? So that means we're asking about your favorite food. So now we're asking about your favorite food. That means many people will have different answers. So this person likes burgers. This person likes pizza. This person likes pasta. So we will have different answers. Now, how about the last one here? What are the most popular foods in your country? In your country. So it could be an ethnic food, right? So what is the most popular? I want you to try to answer and ask your friend about their answer too. Now, what did we do in today's lesson? We formed sentences to order food from the menu, and we used the correct words to address people. So we're going to use sir if we're addressing a male. We're using miss or ma'am to address female. And we used real talk words in the context. Would you like something to drink? Let me see. I would like to order tea, please. So let me see and I'll have. Now, for your homework, what are you going to do? Write a conversation to order a meal from Sarah's kitchen menu, then record the conversation. Not only writing the conversation, but I want you to record this conversation. Here's Sarah's kitchen menu. You have the appetizers, salad, main course, desserts, and beverages. And we're going to check some answers in the next lesson. Thank you, my dear students, and we will check the answers in the next lesson.